Hey, got a question for you. Did you give too much? See, I'm asking you that question because that's a question I had to ask myself recently. So listen, it's just me and you. Let's just be honest for a minute. Let me talk to you like I'm your cousin, your uncle, your brother. Yeah, that's a question I asked myself recently. I've been serving people in the spiritual space and the entrepreneurial space for some time now, and entrepreneurially as a coach. And one of the things that I found myself doing recently was being like really, really, really honest with myself about some frustration I was feeling. Now, let me pause and unpack this for a minute because I think this is super, super important, right? So one of the things I'm really, really passionate about is like change and helping people experience the transformation, right? And so it's when you experience a massive transformation in you, then you can facilitate massive transformations in the world, right? So when you experience when you experience a massive transformation, there can be a massive transformation facilitated in your family, a massive transformation facilitated in your ministry, a massive transformation facilitated in your money, a massive transformation facilitated in your business, right? So because I'm passionate about that, I'm equally passionate about the emotional realm and like the emotional aspect of a person's existence. So this is why I got trained as an emotional intelligence specialist, because I realized people can't change. There can't be a massive transformation without this part, right? So so emotional intelligence is like four quadrants. There's self-awareness, there's self-management, there's social awareness and relationship management. And so self-awareness, this is the ability to be able to recognize, to own what you're feeling, to own it, to be able to pinpoint it. Like you don't want to be feeling something and then you're unaware of it. Your feelings aren't always right. They're real. But feelings are telling you something about something. They're either telling you something about a circumstance or they're telling you something about you. So you want to pay attention to them. And so I was feeling I do this from time to time. And there's a practice I engage in every single morning. It's a practice I got from Emotional Healthy Spirituality, where I do something every morning called naming and taming. I do this like right in the middle of my devotional time, actually. It's okay. I want to pause for a minute and I want to name, what am I feeling? Because if I don't name it, I can't tame it. If I don't identify it, I can't improve it. Yeah, right. I can't heal. I can't get healed what I'm hiding. So I was like just super honest. It's like, man, I'm feeling frustrated. And watch this. It's like, man, I'm feeling frustrated because I feel like I am making, at least to the best of my ability, right? It might be relative. Other people might feel differently about it. But I feel like, man, to the best of my ability, I'm making massive investments in people. And I don't know. Now watch this. I understood a long time ago that I can't control outcomes. I planted Apollo's water, God gives the increase. So I understand. And I think it's important for you to understand. You can't control outcomes, fam. Can't do it. You can control your contribution. You cannot control the outcome. You can control whether or not you sow the seed into the soil of somebody's heart. You cannot control whether or not it rains. You cannot control whether or not that soil is good ground. You cannot control how much sunlight it gets. You cannot control and you cannot control whether or not you actually see a return on the investment you sow in that person. Here. Now, I know some of you are thinking, no, Dharius, nope. You're wrong, Dharius. It's the law of sowing and reaping. If I sow, Dharius, I'm going to reap. Yep, you reap what you sow. That doesn't mean you reap where you sow. I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, you reap what you sow. That doesn't mean you reap where you sow. So sometimes you sow in one field, but you reap in another. Meaning sometimes you're good to people, but the people you good to are not the people that are good back to you. Sometimes you're good to one person, and then you reap a harvest when someone else is good to you. So we can't control outcomes. So I wasn't necessarily expecting outcomes, but I think what I was expecting was appreciation and not entitlement. And as I sat with my honest feelings, I'm naming and taming, man. I'm trying to name and tame. As I'm sitting there with my honest feelings, I said to myself, did you give too much? And I wonder if you have asked yourself that. I wonder if I'm the only one that's ever felt that way. Like, wait a minute. Wait, Dharius, did you give too much? Because you can't control outcomes, but there seems to be a pattern here, Dharius. And so watch this for a quick second, just for maybe a millisecond. I don't even know what's less than a millisecond, but if there's something less than a millisecond, this was less than that. Yeah. For something, whatever is less than a millisecond, for less than that, I said to myself, I'm not doing that again. Wait, don't you start. Don't start. Because I know that I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that is secretly said in the privacy of your own heart, that's it. They messed it up for everybody. I am never doing that again. Now watch this. All of us may not have said that about the same relationships, but some of us has said that about some relationships. Watch this. Come on, be honest with your boy. Some of us have said that in the context of your romantic relationships. Maybe you were dating someone and you gave and gave and gave and invested. You gave your heart. You gave your emotions. You gave your time. You gave your resources. You gave your connections. For there to be a lack of appreciation. And when you got out of that situation, you probably said to yourself, that's it. That's it. They just messed it up for everybody. Now let me pause and let me say this too, right? Because I hear some people. Yo, Dharius, it shouldn't be about appreciation, man. Nah, that come from God. All right, maybe you're right. But God wants appreciation. I'm not saying we're entitled to it, but I'm saying the desire for it isn't evil. The desire for it is not even an expression of immaturity. I think there's a difference between needing to be appreciated and wanting to be appreciated. I think you can make that argument. Oh, there might be some unhealth there if you just need to be appreciated. But I don't think it's an expression of emotional immaturity or lack of emotional health to be like, yeah, I kind of want to be appreciated. God does. That's what praise does. It appreciates him. Yeah, facts. So if you felt that way, don't let anybody who's rigid, myopic in their thinking, tell you that something's wrong with you wanting appreciation. Nah, what's wrong with that? So for those of you who you've been there, this is what I said to myself. I said, did you give too much? And then this is what came to me. Dharius, do not be less generous. Be more strategic. Did you catch that? Yeah, that was a revelation that I got. Don't be less generous, Dharius. Be more strategic. Be more strategic. What does it mean? It means that Part of being a good steward means being strategic in terms of where you make investments, how long you make investments. And here's the biblical principle for this. Jesus said, give not that which is holy to the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine. Now, he's not making a judgment here. He's not calling people, he's not using animalistic terms in a condescending manner, saying, dogs and swine. What he's trying to get us to see is the importance of recognizing the kind of personality traits that are actually wise investments. So let's not use the word worthy, because I don't think any of us are worthy of being invested in, but let's use the word wisdom. Is it a wise investment of my time, talent, and treasure in this particular person? The parable of the sower in Matthew 25 is also an incredible example of this. One got 5, one got 2, one got 1. And it says that the owner gave to each one according to his own ability. So the owner did some vetting, some assessing, some observation to determine how much he put where. And just like that owner did that with his physical resources, we need to do that with our emotional resources. We need to do that with our mental resources. Don't become less generous. Just become more strategic. Man, that set me free. I hope it helped you also, man. We not sinking. We not surviving. We are thriving. Hey, do me a favor. If this helped you in any way, just share it with somebody else. Let's spread the love. Take care.